Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. You are watching our channel AC Astro, and today we are going to talk about the Exalted Venus transit, which is going to happen on 15th of Feb, few days from now. So, very important and interesting transit, and that will bring lots of things for different ascendant people. So, let's welcome Akash Chauhan from Calgary. Akashji, welcome. And in this one video, we will going to tell you about all 12 ascendants, that how this exalted Venus will give so many gifts for you. But before that, a beautiful story by Akashji about the exaltation of Venus.
Yes, Rohiji, we have to first understand why Venus is exalted in the house of Pisces, being a guru of the Daityas. So here comes the story of Venus, that why and how it got exalted. So long ago, Venus, yani Shukracharya, had the power of Sanjeevani Vidya, a Vidya which only Venus had. So the Devtas and Asurs, the demons, used to fight a long fight every day, and the Asuras used to die. But because of his Sanjeevani Vidya, Shukra, Venus, used to bring back the Asuras to life. And because of this, Rohitji, there was a lot of disturbance in the Devtas. They were like, what do we do? How do we come up with this issue where we don't have to fight the same demon again and again? So everyone goes to Brahaspati, who's the guru of Devatas, and asks them that Brahaspati ji, what do we do? So he sends, let's send my son, his name was Kach, Kach. Let's send my son because Kach and Devyani are good friends. Devyani is the daughter of Shukra. And let them meet and let he learn the Vidya from Shukra. So Shukra accepts Devyani's friend Yani Kach as the disciple and starts teaching him lot of other things, but not does not teach him Sanjeevani Vidya. But suddenly, what happens a day? The Asuras tried many times to kill Kach because they knew the purpose of him was just to learn the Sanjeevani Vidya. So one day they actually get hold of him and kill him, and then burn him, and then put his ashes in the wine and serve Lord Shukracharya. Devyani, who's a keen, who I think who was in love with Kach, she is looking for Kach all at all the places, that where is Kach, and she goes to her father and says, "Okay, I am not able to find Kach. Did you see him?" So he's like, "No, let me call him through my divine power." When he calls him, Kach replies him back from his stomach. This is the real story, that Kach replies him from his stomach and says that I am here, Gurudev. And he says, how did you reach here? So he said, the wine which you drink had my ashes. So now I'm in your stomach. And Shukra says that, no, I will get you out. He says, no, if you get me out, I will die. And that will be a very big papa because I cannot do Guru Hatya. After that, Shukradev teaches Devyani, his daughter, the Vidya of Sanjeevani. And because Kach is in the stomach, he listens to it and he also learns it. And then Kach comes out and Shukra dies. And then Devyani brings back Shukra to life with using Sanjeevani Vidya. And after that, Shukra becomes very guilty that what has he done? That because of him, Kach was died. Now he is just in a soul form. He's not in a human form anymore. He goes and he speaks to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva, after doing 12,000 years of meditation, Shukra does 12,000 years of meditation, and Lord Shiva comes to grant him a boon, a wish, and then he asks that I want to bring back Kach in a human form, in a body form. Then Lord Shiva gives uh, Shukracharya the power of Mahamrityunjay Vidya. That is the Mahamrityunjay mantra. There were many other specific rituals which he told to do so that he can get the body back, and he does that. Later, when he meets Brahaspati, and that means Guru, that is Jupiter. Venus says Jupiter that I have done a very big sin by keeping your son away from you for such long time. So for this, I would like to request you that can I want to be exalted. I want to be giving good results when I am in your 12th house. And so in the 12th house, Jupiter gave Venus the role of being exalted, and that is Jupiter is the planet of beauty, Jupiter is the planet of love, Jupiter is the planet of so many good things, and it has been all given by Jupiter. And Venus has done this exaltation only because of his paschatap, that means because of his regret of what he did. So this is a small story. We have to understand the base, the because it's a very big question that how can a Devata, a Danav Guru, become exalted in the house of Devta Guru, right? Rohit?
You said very beautiful story and very logical story. Otherwise, nobody can come to know. And from last few days, you have done so many consultations around the world, and I got so many good emails about that. So much satisfaction. So before starting this video, I will like to told all people one who want to take a personal consultation from Akash ji, he can just drop your details on acastro at gmail.com, and you will get that consultation. And let's start now for the first sign, that is Aries ascendant. How this Venus exaltation on 15th Feb 2023 will going to affect Aries ascendant people.
Luigi, here with the chart representation, this is how Venus is placed for Aries ascendant. It is going to be getting exalted in the house, that the 12th house, the house of spirituality, the house of moksha, the house of expenses. And Venus being a very significant planet who makes you do a lot of expenses. When Venus gets exalted in the 12th house, it rules your second and the seventh house for this chart. So you may be tempted to spend a lot of money on luxuries because second house and the seventh house, you may be spending a lot of money on your spouse, for your spouse, on your business partners, for your business partners, for pleasing others. But it is the time for you to enter into a spiritual zone. You may find that at this time, because the power of Venus is so good, that you may find very good and easy way that how you can get into meditation without any effort. So it will be a very good beginning for you if you want to get into meditation or get into spiritual activities. And since Venus rules your second house and your seventh house, which is a Maraka house, both the Maraka houses, right? For this sign, and it is become exalted. It is becoming exalted. So here you should do some charity related to Venus, to small girls, to women in general, because that is the way how Venus will be doing a very good, bringing very good results for you. Now Venus being in the 12th house, it has only one drishti, it has only one aspect, and that is on your the sixth house. And sixth house is the house of Mercury. And Mercury and Venus are not supposed to be such good friends. But because Venus is putting his energy and his drishti in the sixth house, you have to be careful of diseases, of your enemies, and of your debts. See, now Venus sitting in the house of expenses may give you a little bit of expenses, which can get you in little bit of debt. And because Venus is in a comfortable place, and it rules your second house. The second house is also the house of eating. So a lot of problem related to your stomach, because you'll be overeating at this period of time, and that means you can have some gastric troubles, some acid troubles. So you have to be careful there. And as far as enemies are concerned, Venus always, when Venus is exalted or Venus is looking at the house of Mercury, there is a female. There is a female which becomes your enemy or can harm you in some way. So you have to be careful that you respect women, and even women, being a woman, if you are with another woman, you have to respect women. If you have business partners as like female business partners, you have to respect them. You have to you don't have you do you should not cheat them. So overall, the transit of Venus for Aries ascendant is 7500, 75% good results and 25% little difficult results related to your sixth house. Yes, Rohit ji.
Yes, you rightly said this thing, and more importantly, when we see somebody's chart, we see Venus in 12th house. It is marvelous position for this planet, and you rightly said that they have to be careful about the dealing with female personalities because have a debilitated aspect on a sixth house.
Right.
So thank you, Akashji. And I think there will be no remedial things because you already told that take care of all these things,
Women.
and Venus is
Take
going
care
to
of
be good.
women, do lot of charity, and also if you want to do Mahamrityunjay mantra. That is the
Okay.
only remedy for Venus right now.
Okay. So that was the all explanation for the Aries ascendant, and now let's move on to the second sign, that is the Taurus ascendant. So what this Venus exaltation on 15th Feb 2023 is going to bring for the Taurus
Taurus.
ascendant people? Let's see this.
Rohitji, here we can see the chart for Taurus ascendant. Now Venus is the ruler for Taurus ascendant. Venus is the ruler and it's sitting in the 11th house. So for Taurus ascendant, as we can see that Venus is very favorable and it gets exalted in the 11th house. The 11th house, the Labh Bhav. And Venus rules the first and the sixth house. Right? This is a very powerful transit for Taurus ascendant. As for Taurus and for Libra, it is a very, very powerful transit. So here it is very clear and very simple to understand that because it is in the 11th house, it may bring lot of financial gains. And here you may be much interested in social gatherings, and you will be invited to lot of social interactions, like you will have a good time with your friends and with your family, with your brothers and sisters and your in-laws side. And this is a great time to start something, um, like start a new some new venture. If you're in your chart, you have to see very carefully that where Venus is placed and what is the dasha antardasha going. But if your Venus dasha is going, your antardasha of Venus in Venus, that means this is a time when you will start making progress in starting something new. In fact, if you have financial debts, this is the time to make plan, perfect plan to take plan that how do you pay them. And because Venus is sitting in the 11th house, it's the house of your friends, it's the house of parties, of luxuries. So you have to make sure that you're not spending a lot of money on luxuries. From here, Venus is looking with the Neech Drishti, that is the debilitated aspect on your fifth house, aspect on your fifth house. And what is fifth house? Fifth house is your children, fifth house is your creativity. So, because Venus is in such a comfortable position, it will look at your fifth house. Fifth house is also the house of Dharma, from where spirituality begins. It is the house of Purva Punya, the house from where your past life or past karma has been gathered. So you have to make sure that you do not do anything, you do not ignore your loved ones, you do not ignore your children, you do not ignore spirituality, because when Venus is in a comfort position, you do a lot of parties, a lot of drinking, a lot of going out, and not having any what you say interest in your children, in your family life, in your spirituality. So this is where Venus will test you and give you results accordingly. So for Taurus ascendant people, it is time to make a lot of money. See, it's the ruler of your sixth house also. The ruler of your sixth house means that you will be getting a lot of money to clear your debts, to clear to, and the enemies will become friends now. And there will be less kind of your diseases. If you are facing some problems related to regular cold, cough, it will all disappear. So overall, Rohitji, Taurus ascendant people will have a very good transit for Venus, and I wish them all the best.
Yes, very good transit. In fact, Venus is a ascendant lord for them, and it's
Yes.
going to happen in the 11th house, and so many benefits from elder brothers also we can see here. And beautiful transit for them. But one thing is that what I want to ask for the Taurus ascendant people, when debilitated aspect is on the fifth house. then what result it can bring for them, for negative thing for this?
The negative thing is ignorance, because Venus is not happening, not happy in the house, in the house of in the house of Mercury in the sixth house, and because it is not happy, because it does not like uh, debts, it does not like enemies, it does not like what do you say, Rog Rin Shatru. It does
So
not
it can,
like.
it can also affect the creativity of that people, because this is
Yes,
house of creativity.
I told you earlier that this is the house of creativity. So creativity can be challenged here. Not, it will not affect. See, Venus is the planet of creativity. Mercury is the planet of creativity. So it is the house of Mercury. So creativity will be there, but it can be challenged that your logic is stupid. You are not giving clear explanation. That kind of stuff.
So
And
any
same,
remedy for them?
the remedy which always works for Venus is to serve the woman, is to serve your spouse. If she's a woman, serve them good. If you are female, serve your mother, your sister-in-laws, your any female to female, male to female. That is how it
Even
has
your
to be.
office staff, your
Office
neighbors,
staff
anyone in.
and small girls. You can get a small get together for all the. If you have kids, get all the girls, give them sweets, make them happy, and so invest in something which will bring happiness to other people. That is what Venus will be comfortable. But in this fifth house, you have to make sure if you have children, you don't need to ignore them, because right now they will feel ignored. Yes, which.
Okay, thank you very much for this explanation. And all of you who are watching AC Astro and this video,
Hmm.
I will request you to please share this video, so other people can also get benefit from this exaltation video. And if you want any consultation with Akash ji, you can just drop your details in acastro channel@gmail.com, and you will be contacted by our team and you will get the consultation. So many consultations done by Akash ji in last few days, and we can see the result, we can see the reaction of people in mails and live when we do how they react to these consultations. So let's move on. And now the next sign is the Gemini sign. So this Venus exaltation, which is going to happen on 15th Feb 2023, what, how, and when they will give the good results to the Gemini people?
So now again, let's talk about Gemini. Gemini is, that means the lord of the Gemini ascendant is Mercury, and Mercury is not favorable for Venus, and Venus uh, is sitting in the 10th house of career, but looking with the Neech Drishti on the fourth house of domestic happiness and inner peace. So here we can see a little bit of disturbance there. Venus actually rules the 12th and 5th house in the chart, right? It can bring very good and very good luck and good opportunities in your career, right? And here, because it also rules your 12th house, that means that you will be spending a little money on polishing your career activities. It is the time for people to go and do extra courses, because Venus sitting in the 10th house will give you very good professional elevation. It will take you to good professional rises, it will take you to good professional levels. In fact, promotion, those who are waiting for a promotion, or those who are waiting to get to the next level, or those who have been promoted but not given responsibilities, this is the time when you will start getting responsibilities. And here, as we speak right now, Rohitji, uh, the transit of Saturn just happened in the ninth house on 17th of Jan. So that means your dharmastan, you are already doing good deeds. You're already doing a lot of hard work related to your dharma, your spirituality, your higher learning. So here, adding to it, Venus has just met Saturn, and they were in a very comfortable position, and Venus has just moved to the 10th house. So here you need to elevate your skills. You need to prove to your organization or the place you work or your business to take new courses and understand new things. Okay, and from here, let's talk about your aspect of Venus. The aspect of Venus is in your fourth house, and the fourth house is the house of your domestic happiness, of your mother, of your house, of your vehicles, of many things that gives you inner peace. It is the house of comfort, And when Venus looks here with the Neech Drishti, that means Venus is powerless here. It will not create trouble, but it will create hollowness in these places. There will be a lot of hollowness here. Like your mother will not be, for some reason, happy. She will just be worried about you. Same way, if you are driving, you will be very disinterested. If you are in the house, you will say, I just want to move out of the house. I just feel so suffocated. So here it will be because Venus feels suffocated. This is the right word. When it is in the sixth house, in Nietzsche Rashi, it feels suffocated because it does not have any qualities. It is the planet of luxury. It is not the planet of using his brain and this and that. And Mercury, on the other hand, is the planet of high intelligence, knowledge. And Venus is the planet, it says, I have all the knowledge. Now I want to give luxury to people. But here, in a good way, because of the negative aspect, some of the luxury things which could have been gotten worse for you will remain very good and intact, and there will be hollowness in it, and you will not suffer any major losses in terms of money. But you need to understand that Venus rules your 12th house. So that means when Venus is in this position, it will make you spend little money. And when it will make you spend little money, we would request, that is why astrology exists, that you know your path in the, um, you know your future's path right now. And that is how you need to spend some money on getting higher education, or maybe a small course, or get into some little bit of learning to elevate your professional life. Yes, Rohit.
I think the Gemini ascendant people, you think they need to worry because of this Saturn transit, as you told, that Saturn aspects are not very good these
Yes.
days. What you see, this Turkey earthquake
Yes.
and all these things. So, do you think that because on the house of gains and the house of Prakram and the third aspect is on
So
1, 5, and 8 on the house of enemies.
we have to understand that there is, what you are saying is right, but somehow Jupiter is also a very strong planet, and Jupiter aspects on many other places makes many effects go away. So overall, Venus standalone in this house is so powerful that it will not. And you have to understand, Roji, something that. Saturn is a very good friend of Mercury, and in the house, in the chart of Mercury, it will give very less malefic effects to the drishti which is putting on the house of, on the 11th house. In fact, we have to also see the placement of Saturn in the natal chart, and also the placement of Mars, who's the lord of the 11th house in the natal chart, and then only we can come to a conclusion that how it happens. But right now, Venus being in the 12th, in the 10th house, this is what the result which I spoke about is going to get. In fact, they have to immediately start doing Mahamrityunjay mantra, and also doing prayers of Lord Shiva, so that this result or this exaltation brings them maximum results.
Yes, and the beautiful part of your explanation is that you also provide remedies because telling someone a problem is not a big thing, but giving remedy is a big thing. So let's move on, and we now move on to the next ascendant, that is a Cancer ascendant. That on the 15th Feb 2023, when Venus Maharaj will get exalted, what they will give Cancer ascendant people.
So for Cancer ascendant people, again, Venus is getting exalted in the house of destiny, Bhagyastan, and it is the house of higher learning. And Venus rules two of your houses, that is your fourth house and your 11th house. And fourth house and the 11th house are the house of comfort for gains. Fourth house is the house of comforts and gains, and 11th house is the house of again gains, and fourth house is the house of domestic happiness. So Venus exalted here for Cancer. It's a great time to improve things around your house. If your house is in dirty condition, if your house is not clean, this is the time, because it is coming in your Bhagyastan. So that means Lakshmi Mata, that means Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi will be visiting your home now. You may want to upgrade your all the rubbish things which are in your house and just throw it away and get good environment in your house, clean environment, because this is a time that dharma enters your body, your soul, right? This is also a transit if you want to pursue higher knowledge, both spiritual and academic. Those who are wanting to go abroad to study, this is a very good transit for them. And in fact, those who are starting the new career or starting to learn about spiritual activities or things like astrology, numerology, and tarot, and Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana and Mahabharata, those who want to read all this um, scriptures, it's a very good time for you. Here is a very good remedy for you guys is that because Venus is in your dharmastan, so any donations made at this time to any dharmastan, it can be masjid, it can be mandir, it can be church, it can be gurdwara, it can be any religious holy place, where if you do donations right at this period, and that to donation of food, grains, rice, white lentils, milk, it is going to be wonderful for you, amazing for you. From here, Venus aspects your third house, and third house is the house of your courage, your personal interest, your knowledge, your the capacity of a brain to remember things. Here, there is a challenge now. The challenge is that you will be very much disinterested in many other things because right now the energy of Venus is so powerful in your dharmastan that you will not be paying attention on your daily work or your younger siblings or your social status. So here you have to be careful that you do not, and it is the house of communication as well, the third house. So you have to make sure that you do not speak anything false, bad, or in a cunning way you deal with someone, because Venus in the ninth house gives you a lot of comfort in your domestic happiness and in the higher goals that you want to achieve. So you become a little bit egoistic at this period. So you have to make sure that your communication remains calm, because the Nicha Drishti, the no power in the third house, signifies that you can say something rude to someone and it can add to your karma and it can again be bad for you. Yes, Rohitji.
Okay, the Cancer ascendant people, you come to know that where you have to take care and where you will get the results. And the remedy for all, I think this Mahamrityunjay mantra is a common remedy for all
No,
ascendant can use.
Rohitji, they do not need Mahamrityunjay mantra right now. Their Jupiter is sitting in in the Dharmastan. So donating white things to
Lent. Okay,
white lentils, white milk, white rice, white clothes, anything such to a woman's shelter or to religious places, any kind of religious places will bring a lot of goodness to them, because we have seen a lot of consultations which I have done are from Pakistan. It's so
yes.
beautiful. I cannot tell them to go and donate the something in the temple, but
White clothes they can.
they can donate white clothes in the masjid. They can give some poor person a kurta pajama, the traditional dress of Pakistan. So there are many things that how they can help people and get benefit out of it.
Right. So let's move on to next ascendant. But before that, I will like to tell you that if you want to take a personal consultation from Akash ji, you can just drop your birth details in acastrochannel@gmail.com. He will definitely answer you. So many personal consultations he done in few days. So if you want that, he's really different from other astrologers, and he just don't put you in the things which other traditional astrologers you put you. So let's move on to Akashji, the other ascendant, that is your own ascendant, Leo ascendant. So let's see what Venus exaltation, which is going to happen on 15th Feb 2023.
Yes.
It's happening in very mysterious house, 8th house.
Yeah, so Venus is going to be transiting in the eighth house, and for this, for Leo ascendant, Venus rules the third, and the 10th house. That means the karma sthan and the house of courage. So all the courage and everything happens for Leo ascendants through the power of Venus, and the Venus will be transiting in your eighth house. So what does this mean? This is the time when the mood will change from being mysterious to finding why the mystery exists. You will think that mystery, oh, there is only one planet in the world. No, no, no. Now you will be learning and reading a lot that why there is only one planet which has life on Earth, that is Earth. Why not there are 25,000 more planets which are same, and you will go into deep researches. This is just an example, right? It is the time for you to learn something very unusual related to your career. If you are a doctor, you need to now you will go deep into some other kind of activities, where research related activities, where you will find that how come this problem happens, and how is the what is the method for me to solve this problem. So you will be into deep search. And because Venus is a Shukracharya, he is a guru, he has a lot of knowledge, so he will give you a lot of knowledge. And those people who are Leo ascendant and want to learn Ayurveda, astrology, that can be very well dug up at this period. But here we have to understand that because it is looking at your second house, the house of your Dhan, Kutumba, and Vani, that means the house of your family, the house of your speech, and the house of your money. And money will come, money is not a problem. But here you will be so busy and so much in mood of research related activities that you will ignore your family. You will you will have to take lot of precaution because there will be instability in relationships, and you will be overthinking because it is the house of going deep. You will be overthinking about your family and about their well-being and about their not behaving with you nicely or behaving with you nicely. So even positive aspect will have a negative outcome, and negative aspect will have a negative outcome. So even if your family is taking a lot of care of you, will say, why are you getting into my life so much? And even if they're not taking care of you, will say, why are you not taking care of me? And same goes in the reverse phase, that you will also be saying that I am very busy in my research. Don't come in my room for next 10 hours. I'm busy. I'm studying. I'm this. I'm that. You will be going on long walks alone just to talk to yourself. So it is the house of daydreaming. Also, you will be daydreaming. Here, a very great remedy for you is that because eighth house and Shukra is here, and if we see that this is the Pakka house of Jupiter where he is getting exalted, here you need to help some old disabled person. This will bring you a lot of benefits related to the transit of Venus, and you can make the most out of it. So if there is any disabled person, or is there is disabled center near you, you can go and donate food and soap, beauty products. You can do soap, you can do creams, all this kind of stuff, which will give you a lot of good um, good luck in this period, and hope that those people who are going into deep research, they get what they are looking for. And also one more thing, that because Venus rules all your genitals and all your reproductive organs, so here we have to be careful that we keep lot of hygiene, so that Venus should give you good results. So Rohitji, this is what is for Leo ascendant.
Okay. Yes, this is for Leo ascendant, and remedies you also tell in very good way what you have to take care of. And now we will move on to next ascendant, that is again a Mercury ascendant, and that is a Virgo. The Lord is Mercury, and the transit for Venus is going to happen on 15th Feb 2023, and happening in again very beautiful house.
Luigi, very beautiful house because it is Venus rules your relationships, Venus rules your love life, and for this, Venus has been given the Bhagyastan, okay, because it is debilitated, it has been given the house of Dharma and the house of money, the house of family.
Yes.
So, in overall, because it is debilitated in Virgo, it has been given two beautiful houses in return of gratitude, in return of exchange by Mercury. So Venus, because it rules your second and ninth house, it forms Malavya Mahapurush Yoga. It's a very, very good yoga. If you are looking, if you have been looking to get into relationships, if you are looking to get married, if you want to spend quality time with your partners, if you are married, your spouse, if you want to go on holidays, if you want to go on long distance journeys, if because see what Venus rules, right? Your ninth house, long distance journey. If you want to even take them to a pilgrimage, like if you are old and you want to take them, okay, let's go to a temple and have have the blessings of God, this is the best period. Here, business partnerships. If there were some conflicts going between your business partnership, now this is a time to resolve. This is a time to come clean and say that this was the problem. Let's start a new life. Because here, Venus, if we see Rohitji, Venus has completed one whole cycle, and that is how it has come after the year here to be exalted. And one more thing, a good remedy which came to my mind while talking, that I have seen many charts where Venus is placed in the seventh house and it is exalted. Here, the remedy is that you need to, because seventh house and the second house is Maraka for all the charts. And here, if you see that Venus is Maraka for the second house, that is family. So the good remedy for Venus is that if you know someone who is suffering or who's going through a phase in life where husband and wife are not getting along, they're not getting together, if you can intervene and if you can go and help them to get their relationship back on track, that means Lord Venus will be very, very happy. This is a very, very good remedy because we have to do remedy according to the nature of the planet. What is the nature of the planet? The nature of the planet is giving birth. What is Shukra? Shukra is the Shukranu, the sperm of male people, and that is that he only has the power of Sanjeevani, that is to give you life. Venus can only give life in this world. Saturn, Rahu, Ketu can take your life, but Venus can give you life. So Venus is a very important planet in your chart, and in Kali Yuga, Venus, Rahu, and Ketu are the most important planets for your chart. I'm gonna Rohitji, with this I have learned a new thing with KN Rao sir, that what is the triangles? What is the dharma triangle? What is the karma triangle? What is the moksha triangle? What is the kama triangle? So everything we will do in a video, that four triangles, that how and when what planets sit in these triangles, the 1, 5 and 9, the 2, 4 and 7. So there are many different small triangles which are made. The first, the seventh and the 10th, the first, the seventh and the fourth. So every triangle has a different kind of meaning to it. So we will do that.
Okay. And the beautiful remedy told by Akashji that if you can just make two lovers together again, I think
Yeah.
nothing like that. Thank you, Akashji. And if you want a personal consultation from Akashji, then you can drop your birth details on acastro at gmail.com for paid and personal consultation. You can just drop, and our team will contact you and they will give you the proper time, and then you can consult him. Next is the Libra ascendant. So let's move to the Libra ascendant. What this Venus exaltation on 15th Feb 2023 going to effect for the on ascendant, Libra
Yes.
ascendant.
Libra. So
Akash.
Libra ascendant, the lord of Libra ascendant is Venus itself. The Venus is getting exalted in your sixth house, and Venus rules the first and the eighth house. So just imagine Venus is so powerful that it has given himself the first and the eighth house, the eighth house of knowledge,
Yes.
the eighth house of sudden ups and downs. So Venus is getting exalted in your sixth house. It rules your first and the eighth house. This is not like a very favorable transit for you. For Venus, Lagna people, for Libra Lagna people, this is not a very favorable transit. You have to avoid unnecessary debates and issues with people who provide services to you, like your help, like female who's coming at your home, like someone in your office, like someone in your workplace. You need to make sure that you are not in argument. You do not make new enemies. And because Venus is sitting here and looking in the 12th house, so there can be loss in terms of from some female, like loss if you are in a court case with a female for a property or for alimony. So this is the time where you may find loss, or maybe you may have disturbed what you say judgment by the court of law. Here also, you have to help the opposite sex, that is females. Anyhow, you have to help them by selflessly. Selflessly means selflessly. Like you have to think that even if they've done wrong to me, it's okay. I will help them in some way. Here, the good part now begins for you is that because it rules your sixth house. The sixth house is the house of your health, diseases. Here your health will be improving, your diseases will be going, because again I said and I keep telling that Venus is the lord of giving life. He is the lord who has Sanjeevani Vidya. So here when he comes and sits and he see that you're ill, he will make you better, because that is his role, that is his nature, to bring people back to life from anything wrong that is happening in their life, or maybe death like situation. You do Mahamrityunjay mantra, you are coming back. But the biggest remedy for you is right now to help people who are in distress, who are sick, who are not feeling well, and mostly females. If you are a male, help a female. And first look in your family. Charity begins at home. Look in your family, look around at what is the problem with my female self. If your mother is working too hard, and if you can afford, get a maid for her, get someone, help someone, give them employment, give your sixth house, make your sixth house as their workplace, because sixth house also rules the workplace. And from here, because it is looking at the house of losses, the only way to avoid losses is being spiritual. You need to lose your time, and that time loss is money loss. And that is how, by doing meditation, by doing spirituality, you spend your time, God will note it down that okay, he's spending his time, that means he's doing loss of his time. So Rohitji, this is the um, uh, transit for Libra ascendant people.
Yes, this is the transit for the Libra ascendant people, and I don't know where you get all these calculations when you speak out, and in no time you tell all these things. Because when you are telling that you can, you have, if any court case is going on, you have to give alimony, and then I was thinking why you are saying like this thing. And when I calculated that the Saturn aspect is on the seventh house, on 11th house, on second house. That means seventh house, your partner, wealth and gain, and that is draining. And beautiful explanation. That's why all people say that what Akashji told is no astrologer can told, and you can, even don't think about that thing. I was all thinking about in this video when you were telling. So if you want any consultation from Akashji, personal consultation, you just drop your birth details, acastrochannel at gmail.com, and our team will contact you and they will give you time and you can have a beautiful explanation and remedies, magical remedies from Akashji. So let's move on. And now let's move on to the Scorpio ascendant people and the Venus exaltation on 15th Feb 2023. How affect the Scorpio ascendant people, which is going to happen in again in very beautiful house of creativity.
Exactly. At this time, Scorpio ascendant will be the most creative person you can meet around. If they are willing to do startups, amazing. Now, before starting, we have to understand that for Scorpio Lagna, Venus is Maraka for the seventh house. That means it has one house, that is Maraka, and the second house, the house of loss and moksha. It is the 12th house. So it rules your second and the seventh and the 12th house. And for Scorpio, it gets exalted in your fifth house, house of creativity, and the transit is great for romance, love, and relationship. But at the same time, you have to be very conscious about your spending habits. Rohiji, if you can see here very clearly that it is looking in the house of gains, house of higher goals, house of labha. And when Neech Drishti is here, that means labha turns into loss because it rules the house of loss, that is the house of the 12th house. So we have to be very careful to avoid unnecessary expenditure in terms of love, romance, and relationships. You might be not be affording a diamond ring, but you will buy a diamond ring to make your loved one happy. Your loved one will be happy by the time you spend together, by the conscious effort of giving them love rather than giving them material gains. That is why Venus rules the 12th house of your chart, which says that material gain is not for you. You are here to do great spiritual progress. You are supposed to go into spiritual zone. Fifth house is the house of mantra chanting. It is the house of Gayatri mantra. It is the house where Ma Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi, virajmans. It is the house from where it is called the Lakshmi Trikona as well. So here mantra chanting will be the best option for you to get beautiful and good results from Jupiter, from Venus. And I will tell you a very good mantra because Venus is a very Maha Upasak of Mahalakshmi, right? Like Rahu is a very Maha Upasak of Durga Ma. Same way Venus Devta is a very Upasak of Mahalakshmi. So here a mantra that is Om Shrim Rim Shrim Kamale Kamalale Prasidha Prasidha Om Shrim Rim Shrim Mahalakshmi Namaha is the mantra for you at this period. I will write it down. If you want, you can just comment below and I will write it down for you. Secondly, if you cannot say such big mantras because of language barrier or problems, only one single word of Shreem, 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 will also get Lakshmi Mata's blessing on you at this time, and you will you will be saved from losses. You will not gain very large sums of money, but at least you will be safe from losses. Here, if you are in a relationship and now you want to make your relationship better, or if you were separated for some reason, it is the time for you to come and get into mutual understanding and get back together. But mantra chanting is very important at this period of time because it is the food of Venus in the sixth house, or in the fifth house. So, Rohitji,
Okay, very beautiful explanation again and beautiful mantra. Shrim, Shrim, Shrim. I was also just chanting this mantra. Shrim. And the most important part is that you told that with this mantra maybe somebody will get not a very huge amounts if he's going through or she's going through a bad phase, but at least the draining of money which is going to happen with this transit, it can be stopped with it. So next move on to the ascendant Sagittarius ascendant people waiting for their turn, that how this Venus transit will affect them on 15th Feb 2023. Akashji, again I think they will get the beautiful house, big house, good
yes,
interiors,
good interiors, good what you say renovation in their house. This is the
beautiful
time.
cars.
Beautiful cars, but we have to understand that there will be some problem in the career, which I'm coming to. So every beauty turns into lot of challenges also. For Sagittarius, your fourth house is ruled by Jupiter itself, and in the fourth house, Venus is getting exalted, right? And it rules your 11th house of gains and the sixth house of your enemies. Mostly, I have seen Sagittarius people having enemy as females because Venus, the power of females for these ascendants seem to be dominating. Females would be dominating for Sagittarius ascendant. Again, this transit, because it is in the fourth house, in the Kendra, it creates Malavya Mahapurush Yoga. That means here a big, a, it's a very big yoke which says that you attain something very good and very positive for domestic happiness in this period. Here you will be very much interested to improve your home environment by doing some renovations, by getting some new artifacts. And same way for the vehicles, that changing your tires, by getting it clean from inside, outside. And you need to find happiness at this period from your daily routine, because Venus rules your sixth house, the house of your daily routine. And you need to maintain a very, very healthy diet. Because, see, sixth house ruling of Venus means that you can have some gastric troubles, from troubles related to your acidity, some troubles related to your intestines, in fact, loose motions, or maybe dysentery. That kind of problems can happen. Venus also get a very good directional strength in the fourth house, right? It has directional strength here. So make most of it, like best of it, by helping women and motherly figures in your life. The biggest remedy for you is helping mother and mother like figures for you right now, because you can't even imagine what kind of results Venus can give you in just 1 month. That you will be like, oh my god, I'm so comfortable now. Venus has given me such good luxuries, right? But here now, Venus is ruling your 10th, looking at your 10th house with the Nietzsche aspect. Again, there will be growth in your business or your job, but there can be defamation as well. Some people may try to put certain things in your bosses or your authorities or your business partner's head, that this person is cheating you, this person is doing this and that. So a lot of outside world saying a lot of bad things about you can happen in this period. So you have to be careful. You have to make sure you don't make woman your enemy. In fact, you being a woman, don't make woman your enemy. Being a male, never make woman your enemy, because your sixth house is ruled by Venus. That is enemy, that is debt. Here I want to also give you a very good option. Those people who are trying to sell their house or property which is related to their mother, old property where they are not going, it is a good time for them to sell and get some money and get relief from debt. Yes, Rohitji. So this is how Venus is going to be. The biggest remedy for them is to serve women, motherly figures, and serve Parvati Ma. Do do puja of Saraswati Ma. Do puja of Lakshmi Ma. Like all the motherly figures, all the mother Mata, whatever Durga Mata, Sheravali Ma, Naina Devi Ma, Jalfa Devi Ma, Jwala Ji Ma, any Mataji you believe in, you have to serve them. You have to bow in front of them. That's right.
Yes. Yes. Akashji, you tell very good thing that the
Psychic areas.
house of profession, on which Venus is going to put a negative, or you can say deviated aspect. So you have to be careful there with your, female colleagues or female boss. So you have to take care of that. Maybe you are female, then also you have to take care of that thing. So let's move on to the next ascendant. And before moving the next ascendant, that is Capricorn ascendant, I will say you that if you want any personal consultation from Akashji, then very simple, just put your birth details on the acastrochannel@gmail.com, the mail ID you can see on the screen, and you will get the personal consultation. Our team will contact you. And so let's move on to Capricorn ascendant. Capricorn ascendant people is Saturn is a friend to the Venus. So Akashji, what this transit will going to bring for Saturn ascendant people?
Capricorn ascendant, Venus is a very good friend, and it is transiting in your third house. So Venus gets exalted in your third house and it rules your 10th and your fifth house. Your 10th house is the house of your career, and the fifth house is the house of your creativity. So a very, very good transit for you. When Venus get exalted, it also starts affecting the houses it owns. and also the house where it sits in the natal chart. So there is lot of combinations and lot of things which happen here, because it is sitting in the third house of your communication, of your expression. Your communication will improve drastically, and you will find very easy to express yourself. And those people who are connected, who want to write a blog, who want to start a social media account, or want to start selling their products on social media through Instagram, it is a very good time, because Venus and Mercury are the two planets who are responsible for name, fame, media, social media, and everything. And Rahu is the one who gives them technology to do all this. So you can now actually get into stuff where, if you want to start something, blog or write a book or make videos or get into acting profession, and those people who are in acting profession, in radio profession, it's a very good time for them to be getting fame right now, because Venus is the planet of fame as well. Now we have to understand that there is something called mudra sadhana, right? Mudra sadhana is a sadhana where a yoga teacher can teach you very well. Mudra sadhana. So you need to contact any yoga, because right, this is the house of yoga as well, yoga and meditation. Third house is the house of concentration as well. So you need to concentrate on such things. Another good thing, and another thing which I remember very well, is that Rohitji, when earlier, when there was a big Bhagavad Katha, so they used to give a book, and they used to say, they just write Ram, 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 Ram in that book. They used to write Ram, 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 Ram in that book, full complete the book with only the word Ram, Ram, Ram. It means thousands of words of Ram. So here, because third house is the house from where you can write something and get your wish granted. So it is a very good time for you to write Lakshmi mantra Shreem on a
Shri.
paper. Take a blank book, take 100-page book, and just write Shreem, 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 like 20 in one line, and just go on every line. And full book should be completed of the word Shreem, because Saraswati Ma and Lakshmi Ma, like when they are together, you will get money. It is said that get Saraswati and Lakshmi will come automatically. So same way, on Saraswati Ma, you have to write the letter of Lakshmi, and you will be doing very good.
Hmm.
So Rohitji, very very good transit for them. I want to give a little bit of um, insight about the ninth house, the house of Dharma. The reason, the remedy which I gave is just to make sure that higher learning is being done. Higher learning by the means of writing the mantra japa. I am also saying that this is just a suggestion that you write Shreem. If you want to write Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, that is Gayatri Mantra. Write it. Fill the book with that. Fill the book with word Ram. Fill the book with anything, any religious thing. If you are a Christian, fill the book with the good teachings of Bible. If you are a Muslim, fill the book with the good teachings of Prophet Muhammad, His Holiness Prophet Muhammad. Even if you are Sikh, please fill the book with Ek Omkar, right? So it does not matter that which God do you go and pray to, because God is Nirankar. He is just one. He is just the light that is present in the universe. Everyone else is just the means to get to God, and all the means to get to God is pure and good. So this is the transit, and this will be the result for Capricorn Ascendant Rohitji, and I hope that they have a very good transit, and their courage increases tenfolds at this period.
Thank you, because this is also my ascendant. That's why I was listening very carefully. And you rightly said that God is one and present everywhere and in everyone. So pray Him in any form you want, any form you like. So let's move on to some other ascendant, Aquarius ascendant. But before that, I will like to tell you that if you want a personal consultation, private consultation from Akashji, then you can just drop your birth details on acastrochannel@gmail.com, and you will be contacted by our team, and you will get the time and date, and you can get the personal consultation. I just repeated this thing in whole video because so many people in mails tell us that how to take consultation, how to take consultation. So for your easy, I just convey this thing again and again. So let's see for the Aquarius ascendant people what this Venus transit on 15th Feb 2023 is going to bring. Akash
Yes.
ji.
Rohitji, for Aquarius Ascendant, we move on to Venus. Venus gets exalted in your second house, the house of your Dhan, Kutum, and Vani. That means the house of your family, the house of your money, bank balance, your fixed assets, and your family, your immediate family, your wife and children, as well as your mother and parent, mother, father, or maybe your close relatives like your masi, like your mother's uncle and aunt. So this is how second house is looked upon. Now, this Venus in your Venus for Aquarius rules your eighth, rules your ninth and your fourth house. Right, the ninth house of dharma and the fourth house of comfort. So just imagine that you are being getting lot of comfort and lot of good opportunities, and in terms of finance and money, everything is so will be so good. You will be increasing your savings at this period of time, because second house is the house of your speech. Your speech is seen to be improving so well, so good, that you can't even imagine. You will be speaking out of at this time very beautifully. And you have to make sure that when your Saturn, when your Venus is now looking in the eighth house, the eighth house is the house of deep knowledge. So here, the remedy which you need is to study, is to get deep knowledge, right? It's to get deep knowledge. It is the house of sudden ups and downs. You can see it written, sudden up and down. Here, Venus can get you suddenly your money, which is in your savings, can suddenly be spent on something which is unexpected, because that is the house of sudden ups and downs. So to balance this, to not spend your money, to do not get losses, you need to make sure that you are investing a lot of time in research, lot of time in helping disabled people, lot of time in doing dharmic activities. Because why? Because it rules your ninth house and your fourth house. So dharmic activities and the activities which relates to old people or mother, or your mother, is important. Giving happiness to your mother here is very important. It is the time when you should not, because it is sitting in the house of your communication, speech. Communication is the third house, but speech is the second house. Whatever you're speaking is coming from the second house. So you have to make sure you do not say anything bad or evil to your mother, or mother like figures, or women in general. Even if you're a woman, this applies for you as well. That you should not say anything to women. Also, one more thing, because eighth house is the house of reading spirituality, spiritual things, or maybe, sometimes everyone thinks that spiritual things mean only reading books of spiritual God or something. Just read, if you're in a medical profession, read about medical, go deep and help people. That is spirituality. If you are in the field of banking, read about more banking laws, help people. That is spirituality. Whatever field you are in, if you do anything good for mankind from that field, is the path of spirituality. It spiritually does not only mean dharma, does not only mean that saying Ram, 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 Ram. If there is no karma, there is no dharma. Karma is important. So make the karma your dharma. Very simple thing. Make your karma your dharma, and you are sorted your life. You have made your life sorted. So this is what the transit will bring for you for Aquarius Ascendant and Rohitji. I hope that it can be a very, very good and very, very powerful transit for them.
I also hope so, and I also pray to God that this ascendant bring lots of good result for all people. And let's move on to now to other ascendant, that is Pisces ascendant, and in itself it is going to be exalted in their first house. What it will bring, please, Akashji.
very good transit for Pisces ascendant, and because uh, Lord Venus is going to be sitting in your first house, and Venus here rules your eighth and your third house. Again, because it is in Kendra and it is in the first house, it again creates Malavya Mahapurush Yoga. It is the time of transformation, the way you think and how the way others think about you, right? Here, the first house being Venus, um, what you say, being Venus being so good in the first house, it will transform your body into a very good shape. Those people who have gained a lot of weight and lot of their eating habits were not good. Here, Venus will make your body back into structure. And also one more thing, you have to understand that Venus also, when it creates Mahamalavya Yoga here, it also makes sure that you become very much interested into music and musical therapies. The very good remedy which I will give it to you, very unusual remedy, is that this is the time you hear to good soft music, and your brain will be so relaxed and you will be going into enigma kind of thing, that yeah, everything is so good. And also I would like to do this research, and I'm doing a research where I ask people when I see the chart that when Venus in this in the first house, that they listen to very unorthodox kind of music from very far away places where we have not even heard of that culture, like very Irish music and very Norwegian music, such kind of music which is not very close to us, like we do not it, very alternative music, because that is a therapy. What is Venus? Venus also rules the musicians, the knowledge of music. Mercury gives the knowledge of presentation, Venus gives the knowledge of music, arts. So the both planets are very important in terms of anything related to music, art, and all that kind of stuff. Now, because Venus is in the first house and looking in your seventh house, you need to make sure that you spend a lot of time in your relationships. You spend a lot of time helping yourself and your relationship. Your relationships are very important to you right now. In fact, your business partnerships, relationships in business should be taken well care of right now, because it is the time when you can get into little bit of argument with your spouse or with your business partners, and that argument will be because of your egoistic nature. Those people who have Mars as the ninth lord, and in fact Mars as the second lord, their speech is a little harsh. So it also depends on what how Mars is placed in your chart, but here you can be little bit of rude with people and around people. So please avoid any heated arguments. Whenever argument comes, just chant the holy name, God, and just be happy. So Rohitji, here this is what how the transit for all the 12 signs Pisces is happening.
Yes, beautiful explanation, okay, Kashji. Thank you very much for this explanation. And for all ascendants, you have done really very good job. And if anybody wants to know more about your ascendant, you want to know about your marriage, your money, your any other problem, you just drop your details on AC Astro channel for personal consultation, and Akashji will give you the consultation. Thank you very much, Akashji. Thank you to all people. Please subscribe our channel. Please share our videos so we can do more good thing, and we will come live also for your live consultations very soon. Please wait for that. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. Stay connected to ACS to Akashji. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai
Jai
Hind.
Mata Di. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Mahalakshmi.